WNBA fans are bracing for impact because it looks like Caitlin Clark might have gotten injured again, and she has missed nearly half the games this season with a quad injury and then with a groin injury. Here's the play where it happened. She's dribbling down, she pushes off, she makes this pass to Kelsey Mitchell on the back door, and then you can see when she's running back to the other end of the court, she's grabbing her right groin. You could see it on her face right after that play, like something.
The Indiana Fever wrapped up their road trip with a hard-fought 85-77 win over the Connecticut Sun at TD Garden. But the victory came at a steep price, one that could shake the very foundation the WNBA has built around its brightest star. With only 40 seconds remaining, Caitlin Clark re-aggravated her groin injury after enduring non-stop physical punishment, most of it unchecked by the officials, who once again turned a blind eye.
Stephanie White, congratulations. Amber Cox, way to go. Kelly Crosskoff, you did it, girl. You really did it. Way to rush Caitlin Clark back from injury time after time after time after time. To the point where she's tearing and crying on the court because she felt something in her groin. You three ladies couldn't manage a kids' lemonade.
This wasn't just a minor setback. It was the predictable outcome of a league that has consistently failed to protect its most marketable star. Caitlin Clark, already sidelined for 9 games this season with various injuries, was once again left vulnerable. After delivering what should have been a routine assist to Kelsey Mitchell, she clutched her right groin and limped off the court in visible pain. Moments later, the league's brightest face sat on the bench, head buried under a towel, tears streaming down her cheeks. It wasn't just heartbreaking. It was a moment that should force the entire WNBA to take a long, hard look at how it's treating its cornerstone player.
This is potentially a disaster for the city of Indianapolis, the Indiana Fever. They're hosting the All-Star game. We just found out Caitlin Clark was going to be in the three-point contest, and this is her right here. You can see her. Let me turn this down. She's grabbing that groin, folks. She's grabbing the groin area. She's going to walk over. She knows she's injured, and it looked bad, folks. She was on the bench, had her head wrapped in a towel. She's crying. She's in.
The breaking point came when Fever head coach Stephanie White was forced to call a timeout. Not to draw up a play, but to confront the unchecked physicality being unleashed on Caitlin Clark. It wasn't strategy. It was a cry for help. The game had devolved into chaos, with Connecticut defenders treating Clark like a target and officials doing nothing to stop it. As the hits kept coming, the silence from the whistle grew louder and more dangerous.
Whether it was pain or frustration or a combination of both, you could see it weighing on her. Now, she had snapped at a referee earlier. She had held her head down in the midst of her shooting slump. So maybe some of this is just all of that coming to a head, especially knowing that All-Star Weekend is coming up from Indianapolis.
I think it was obvious the tension was building. White had said after earlier games with similar issues, when officials don't take control and allow that kind of physical play to go unchecked, especially when it's been happening all season, it creates a dangerous environment. These are elite athletes, fierce competitors, and loyal teammates. If they're allowed to be overly aggressive, they will be. And that's exactly what we've been seeing.
So on the road this season, Caitlin Clark is a combined 1 for 32 from three-point range. Very unusual. She's hot. Beyond January, having to hold her back. We'll take a timeout.
I mean, yo, she went from 0 to 100 real quick. She was upset, dog. I don't know what that ref said. I don't know what happened. But yeah, she was basically just saying that has nothing to do with it. So I don't know what they were discussing, but yeah, she was basically pissed about the entire situation.
But this time, White's timeout came too late. The damage had already been done. For 4 quarters, officials let Connecticut defenders hand-check, grab, and physically wear down Clark without a single meaningful response. Every screen felt like a setup for injury. Every drive to the basket ended in contact so excessive, it would have been called a flagrant foul in any other era of basketball. The whistles stayed silent, and Clark paid the price.
Is the refs, dog. Like, the refs are terrible. Y'all play a part in these injuries. Y'all play a part in all of these injuries. Y'all don't call nothing. Y'all don't call nothing, bro. Like, what are we talking about? All of y'all should be fired jobs at all. You guys are trash. Trash, man. You got people getting hurt left and right. Look at this trash. We got people getting elbowed in the face. Body check. Look at this. Sophie Cunningham dropped.
Loving that face.
She just gets body checked out of bounds. No calls. None.
If you're enjoying the content, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. What we witnessed against Connecticut wasn't basketball. It was a calculated effort to wear down the most talented player the WNBA has ever seen. Caitlin Clark entered the game shooting just 28.9% from beyond the arc, a shocking dip from her usual standard of excellence. Her overall field goal percentage has dropped to 37.4%, placing her 31st out of 35 players who average at least 10 shots per game. These aren't just numbers. They're a reflection of a player constantly under siege, physically and mentally.
Somebody who's never gotten injured ever in their career. Here comes all these, we got a new coaching staff, we got a new training staff, we got this person and that person, an expert here and an expert there, saying this, saying that. Next thing you know, these people have managed to turn Caitlin Clark into a player who now gets injured. What the hell did you guys do with Caitlin?
This isn't bad luck. It's the result of a star player who can't find her rhythm because she's spending more time rehabbing injuries than actually playing the game. Caitlin Clark has suited up for just 59.1% of the Fever's games this season, missing 9 regular season matchups with a left quad strain, a left groin injury, and now this latest setback to her right groin. The numbers speak for themselves. Since returning, Clark has shot 33.3% or worse from the field in each of her last 4 games. The deep threes that made her a household name? They're not falling. Not because she lost her touch, but because she's battling pain, playing through limited mobility, and facing defenders who know the officials won't blow the whistle.
Are turning into another injury, and it's an overcompensation injury, and she's trying to play through it because she's got the weight of WNBA on her shoulders. All of this stuff. I think all of these things are factors. I think all of this is a factor for what's happening. I think all of this is a factor of why she's playing. I think she's trying to carry this league on her shoulders. And the refs are letting them beat the crap out of her. That doesn't help things. It doesn't help things when the referees are absolutely letting teams beat the crap out of her. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Other teams are allowing other teams are beating the crap out of her, and the referees are.
Even ESPN's broadcast team finally broke their silence on what fans have been shouting for months. During a recent game, commentators Rebecca Lobo and Ryan Ruocco couldn't ignore the obvious. They were literally counting the fouls the refs refused to call. There's a grab, there's a hold, there's another grab. I mean, all of those are fouls. Every single one of them, Lobo said, as Clark was manhandled on a single possession. The hypocrisy is staggering. Clark gets hit with technical fouls for showing the slightest emotion after being fouled, while opponents can rough her up with zero consequence. In one game, Marina Mabrey outright shoved Clark to the floor, and the officials downgraded it to a common technical instead of an ejection. The double standard is glaring. Even Clark's brother, Collins, had seen enough. After her latest injury, he summed it up in plain terms. Make no mistake, this is on the reffing. Her family has watched their daughter and sister get targeted game after game, while officials allow physical abuse that would be career-ending in any other professional sport.
Caitlin Clark's brother, Colin. Colin just said this. Make no mistake, this is on the referee. This is Colin Clark, Caitlin Clark's brother. This is Caitlin Clark's brother right here. Colin Clark.
The league's failure to protect Caitlin Clark isn't just a moral failure. It's a financial disaster. When Clark sits out, WNBA viewership takes a massive hit, dropping by 55%. Average audiences fall from 1.81 million to just 847,000. Her return game against the Liberty earlier this season pulled in 2.2 million viewers, making it the third most watched WNBA game in history. Now, with Clark potentially sidelined for the All-Star game in Indianapolis, a game she was set to headline as team captain, the league is staring down a PR nightmare. The entire 2025 All-Star Weekend was built around her star power, with the three-point contest and skills challenge scheduled for July 18th to 19th at Gainbridge Fieldhouse. That if Clark can't suit up, the WNBA won't just lose millions in revenue, it will lose credibility. Tickets sold out in under 7 hours because fans were eager to see Clark shine in her home city. Without her, the event risks fading into just another exhibition that only the diehards will care to watch.